What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the franchise with the Colorado Loggers. We have massive news to kick off this episode. It's not good news. It's not good news at all. We have had corruption within the Colorado Loggers, corruption within the franchise. If you notice the date there, April 6th, 2025, we've gone back in time and we can't get back out. Okay, currently on our current timeline, we're on May 6th, 2026, at the beginning of our second season of the Colorado Rockies rebuild / rebrand into the Colorado Loggers. I went in to record my episode 3. The newest save I had was at the beginning of 2025, just before we started our scouting. Of course, we simulated this entire season. Okay, we did the entire offseason, have 2 episodes under our belt, and it's all gone. It's all disappeared. I lost about 11 days worth of work. All my data, basically, the entire franchise gone. The only thing I can think of that happened is I managed my data files through the cloud manually between 2 PlayStations. Somehow, some way, maybe in the hustle and bustle of the Thanksgiving holiday, I must have overwrote an older cloud save with the recorded save that we have currently on our system. There's no way I can get it back. I can't get those files back. I wish I could. I cannot. So, it was a devastating blow. Absolutely terrible. Like, I didn't know what to do, right? Part of me wanted to say, just scrap it, start all over, then do it all over again. But, if you've been following the series, if you've been watching that first episode that we had, we covered a lot of ground. We kind of came up with our game plan for the rebuild. We did a lot of things. We talked about how much, in fact, we had to do, which was more than we thought. So I don't really want to go through that all again, right? If we start over, it'll be a whole different prospect group to start. I know this will be at least the same prospects for the draft, so we have that going for us. So then I thought after that, maybe we just try and mimic exactly how we had it, and it'll be fine. No one will be the wiser, right? It's the exact same team. The Rockies might just have a little different record. But when you start to think about that, you start to think about how many little details go into every move that we made, right? For instance, the Jackson Holiday trade during the offseason, right? The only reason we were even interested in that trade was because Tovar had a not so good year, was starting to decline. And then we sought a trade for him. We found Jackson Holiday. The only reason they were able to get rid of him is because they went out and got Jonathan India to play second base and demoted Jackson Holiday. So they lowered Holiday's value, and we were able to trade Tovar at a higher value. So that's impossible that's going to happen. I mean, if it does, that's miraculous, but I just cannot foresee that happening again. And then with the draft, right? Who's to say that someone doesn't key on Lou Diggs, right? Our number 1 prospect that we have in the organization, key on him and pick him in the first round, right? There's no way to tell. So to mimic it exactly is near impossible. Now, I think I do want to get back to May 6th. I want to get back to that Braves series. I think it's important that we pick up where we left off. Now, I think it will be a little different look for a team. And I think going into it, we need to understand that it will be a little bit different. The big thing that we're going to underline and make sure that we stay true to is the game plan that we came up with in that first episode. We will carry over into this. I will still bring you all the transactions, right? They'll just be kind of in a clip format real quick. Won't go into the whys because the game plan is how it unfolded in the first episode. Get rid of all our potential free agents during the regular season before the trade deadline. Try to get younger players, maybe prospects on the cusp or maybe already in the major leagues. And then in the offseason, right, we're going to start to unload our higher contracts, finish building a starting rotation that's stable enough that we can start to develop some pitching in the minor league ranks, and then probably get an additional outfielder, and then form our bullpen through free agency. That's kind of the basis of what our game plan was. I think it's important that we stay to that. And then, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. There'll probably be some liberties that we can take that we weren't able to do the first time around. Like we had Lopes, the left fielder, as our number 1 overall prospect for the draft. If he falls, I think it's within our right to pick him at 4, because I'm fully expecting that, again, we might not get all 7 of the guys that we originally got, that first time around. This alternate timeline might show that Lopes is available for us. And I think it's our right to be able to take him there. We're not going to overstep anywhere as far as what we already know. We're just going to have the same mindset and get it done, albeit a little bit differently, right? The player personnel might look a little bit different. So that being said, I've got a ton of work to do. Okay. I will bring you, like I said, every single move we make, it'll just be a shortened, abridged version. And then on the other side, we'll be back to the regular timeline against the Braves with just a slightly different look Colorado Loggers team. So let me get to work. Before I do, though, guys, I need to remind you that if you like this episode, if you like this series, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, help me out. I appreciate you guys watching, as always. So let me get to work. I'll bring you everything that happens, whether it be different, the same, what have you. It just won't go into a ton of detail. That way we can get caught up a lot faster, and I'll see you on the other side against the Braves. Here we go. Here's our first stop. It's the 2025 draft. I have set up basically the same list that we had last time we did this. We have Jeff Lopes up top. Like I said, I think it's well within our right to draft him if he drops to 4. I don't think he's going to drop, but just in case. We also have Ramsey Sanchez, who we know is a phenomenal player in the draft. I will create the strict rule that we cannot take him at the number 4, even though he will be there. However, if he drops to the second round, we will pick him there as we would have that first time around. And then we basically have our draft right after that. Basically the exact same draft that we had. If those guys are all still there, fine. Everything goes according to plan. My guess is it doesn't, though. So we're going to hop in and see, and I'll let you know the results in just a little bit. So next up, as we await the signings of our draft picks, I went ahead and made the trades, and just as I thought, it was much more difficult in areas to get certain players. Dalton Rushing was actually hurt, so we couldn't go after him. Hurston Waldrop, they were asking for a whole heck of a lot more. And then with the Torkelson deal, he was essentially off the table if we wanted to pair him with anybody. So we had to go a little bit different route, but we still got generally the same guys traded that we wanted to get traded in the first place. This first one here is with Kansas City. It's these 2 of our 4 guys that we want to trade on free agency, leaving. Nolan Jones is doing the exact same thing he did the first time around. Not a lot of slugs, so we're going to get rid of him. He's hot right now. We're able to get Vinny Pasquantino, another 77 first baseman from the left side instead. He's a little bit older, so I'm a little worried about that. But the guy we paired him with, Joey Weimer, takes care of our right field issue. We can now focus more heavily on our relievers and our starting pitching in the offseason if he pans out. So that one is a done deal. This next one now is with the Rangers, takes care of stabilizing our pitching. We get Alec Marsh, who kind of takes the spot of Matt Manning the first time around. He's a 75 overall. And then Kumar Rocker is kind of our wild card younger guy. While not as young as Hurston Waldrop, still could go either way, right? Could explode on the scene, or he might be replaced in just a couple years with that young pitching. We had to give up kind of our big dog in the trade deadline in Herman Marquez, as well as 2 prospects. One was just a throw-in Longwell, but Bodie Brecht was a 22-year-old C. And the only reason I was able to throw him in, A, to get the deal done, right? They wouldn't have done it without it. And then we just drafted all that pitching, so he's likely going to drop slightly down the depth chart. A good opportunity to get rid of him. We take care of our pitching with this trade and stabilize it, at least for the future now. Okay, now this last one, we know we still want to go out and find our catcher of the future. We found it in Bo Naylor, maybe taking a little bit of advantage of this cold streak he's on. There were a lot of catchers we were looking at. Kyle Teel was one of them. Huge asking price. Obviously, Rushing was hurt, and then there were a couple guys littered throughout. This was easily the best available, and for the price, I think it was well worth it. We know we wanted to get rid of Stallings last. For some reason, they were willing to do it as long as we threw in a prospect. Definitely the best prospect we had to give up in all three of these trades in Benny Montgomery, a C, 22-year-old, which means, again, we'll probably have to address getting another prospect at that position. But we ended up taking care of essentially the exact same thing we took care of the first time around. We got a little bit older. The trades were a little bit older. And then the big difference being instead of Vesia, we go after Weimer, which I was more than willing to do because we addressed both in free agency. So we just took one off the list for free agency. Now we can focus mainly on pitching and pitching only, unless there's somebody else out there that jumps out and we absolutely have to have. But we get it done. It's going to look different. Like I said, now on to the draft signings, and then it's the offseason. So here now is the draft results. And while the trades were completely different, I was able to pick every single one of the players that we picked the first time. Makes me happy that we were able to do that at least exactly the same. Campanella, Medina, Diggs, Marrero, Acevedo, Bauer, and Rivera. We're good there. Terrific draft. We know we have the starting pitching of the future in our farm system now, as well as our starting left fielder for next year. All right, after we see the Loggers have a slightly better season than the first time around, 98 losses instead of like the 101 that we had the first time. We also see the Phillies win the World Series instead of the Dodgers. So a little bit of a different landscape heading into the offseason. We find ourselves on the trade screen again, trying to do the exact same thing we did first time around, which is unload some of these contracts. The other thing we did was that Tovar trade. He's doing the exact same thing. He's regressing the exact same way he was in the alternate timeline. So we are going to trade him away again. However, looking at the free agency and the fact that Holiday is now the starter in Baltimore, we had a slightly different approach. Bichette was the guy that we had to basically take Tovar's spot at short. Instead of an 81, he's also degressing. He's at a 79. So we had to go a little bit different route, both with these trades and then the free agency right after this. So because our free agency shift is moving away from Bichette and more towards Gleyber Torres at second base, in this first trade with Tovar, we decided to just go after a direct replacement instead, a younger player, a younger middle infielder, much like Holiday. We found Zach Neto, an 86 overall B potential. He's on an arbitration year, so it'll be a little bit trickier dealing with his contract, but a very good get there. Had a little bit of a down year at the plate last year, but we're hoping that everything is going to be good. And then we coupled that with some relief help, so that way it alleviates some pressure in free agency trying to get all those relievers. We got a reliever last time during the regular season. We get our reliever this time in the offseason in Lucas Erceg. And then we gave up Sanzatella, that high contract that we did before, and then we just threw in a reliever to get the deal done. And that's that. That first one looks, in my mind, a little bit better than the Holiday trade of old. And then for the second trade, we go to a division rival to get rid of Kyle Freeland, $12.9 million worth of Kyle Freeland. And we find Hayden Birdsong. We get finally our third starter via trade like we did first time around. And this one too looks a little bit better. Hayden Birdsong, a 78B, 24 years old, a little bit further along than Povich was. Only difference being is he's a right-hander. So our starting rotation will be a little bit right-handed heavy, but I think a very good get here. And now our free agency sets up almost exactly the same, going after a middle infielder instead of this time. We're going to go after a second baseman. And then as far as our starting pitching, the left-handed top end pitcher is even more important to get in either Valdez or Ranger Suarez. And then a little bit different in the outfield. We still need another bat, but instead of trying to get somebody that's going to immediately start, we can maybe hold off and get a fourth outfielder there, maybe just another left-handed bat to round out our offense. And then of course, we're going to fill out that relief pitching, maybe spend a little bit more there because we're going to spend a little bit less in the outfield. All right, one final trade here. Instead of cutting Chris Bryant, unable to find him a home and swallowing the $19 million or whatever it is we have to pay him, we found a home. Granted, we didn't get really a lot in return. When we take a look at it, we had to give up Dylan George. He's a D potential shortstop. Not that big of a deal. We get back Abner Uribe from the Diamondbacks, who is an A potential, 25 years old. We have 5 years of control with him. He's a 74 overall. You wonder how and why would they do this? Well, he had an absolutely terrible year. His ERA skyrocketed, his walks skyrocketed. But in my mind, with a declining Chris Bryant, why not take a shot at one of the best relieving prospects in the game? He could develop into a back of the bullpen type of arm. All right, well, I thought I'd hop in here as well. The coaching changes almost the same as before. We got the same manager, first base and third base coach. Unavailable were our farm director, pitching coach, and hitting coach. So the difference being our hitting coach is more power this time around. Our pitching coach, I was able to find a velocity guy, so we're able to get some velocity there. And then our farm director enforces durability, but then also has some stuff in power and Ks per nine. All right, so we get our first signing in free agency, but not after the craziness happened. Don't really know where to go. We did go after Framber Valdez. He had about 9% interest in the team. So immediately we turned to the guy we got last time, Ranger Suarez. We signed him for 4 years, $27.93 million a year. But the big surprise is that Gleyber Torres just completely withdrew his name from our hat. Was just like, nah, I'm not going to play. Well, no fanfare, none of this stuff. We just got a simple message saying Gleyber Torres basically does not want to play for you. So now we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. I've looked at shortstops to maybe play second, third base, maybe to move McMahon over to second. It is rough sledding out there. I don't know if it'll get done. It might have to be a regular season trade to get some support at second base for this upcoming year. But we do go after a closing pitcher, a little better one. Did not see Lange on the market. So we go after Jordan Romano, and we get him for 2 years, $7.7 million. We have our closer. All right, so after some bad news to begin free agency, we take a little bit of a break for the draft lottery, where we hold the best shot to get the number 1 overall pick, along with the Nationals and the White Sox. Let's see if we get it done here. Come on, let's move up. Need it. Need some good news here. Yes, sir. We get it. Ooh, man. That feels good. All right. So we got something going our way. Finally, Loggers get the number 1. Tigers move up 9 spots for the number 2. And then the White Sox and Nationals drop those 2 slots. And the good news keeps on coming. We know we wanted a left-handed bat, a 4th outfielder. Michael Conforto, because of the landscape changing, like I said, not as good as a year last year, so we get him at a discount. 2 years, $6.7 million. He'll be fighting for a starting spot in right field. It might be a very, very good signing if last time was any indication. Okay, next up, we go after our lefty reliever. Only went 1 year here for Gregory Soto because he did not have the best season last season. So we have him, probably need one more lefty in the bullpen to kind of round it out. And then just like we found Gabriel Arias last time around for cheap, we find Tyler Soderstrom, 25 years old, B potential, too hard to pass up. Can play catcher, first base. Even if he's just trade bait, why not sign him for under $1 million? Okay, and then we also get Hunter Harvey for 2 years. Again, based on his performance last season, we went with an additional year, a little bit room for growth. So we get Hunter Harvey, we get Soto. Now probably just one more lefty to finish out the bullpen, and probably the free agency, because I cannot find an infielder at all to save my life. It might have to be a spring training trade. All right, and then the last guy we were actually looking at, one of the Rogers brothers, Hobie Milner, comes to us because of the season he had last year. I decided to go with a C potential here, but he's a 75 overall left-hander. Our bullpen is now done. Our free agency is done without getting a middle infielder to kind of bolster the second base position. Where do we turn now? Okay, well, the day before spring training, and we're back on the trade screen because we could not find a free agent infielder to save our life. Instead, we make out pretty good. Looks like the Royals are willing to give up Luis Garcia for two of our prospects, an outfield prospect who's not likely going to see the light of day, and then Mason Albright, a little bit tougher to let go of him, but we have a pretty much a log jam there in AAA coming up. So not bad. Only downside to Garcia is he is on arbitration after this year, but the $9.2 million is less than what we would have spent on Gleyber Torres, and I think we get a younger, possibly better player if we can sign him long term. All right, well, welcome back to the present. We've caught up, albeit our team looking much different in the process. I said going into that it was going to be, just little things that would change, like the butterfly effect, right? That's pretty much what happened. What I, again, underestimated is the time and the effort that it was going to take, the amount of times we had to go back to the drawing board to re-examine how to go forward with the Loggers franchise and with the team. And I think we did pretty well. In some aspects, I'd say that our team is a little bit better. In others, I think maybe I like the team prior a little bit better. So regardless, we move on. We are now May 6th against Atlanta. You can see even this year, the outcome with the new personnel is a little bit different. We're in a little bit better shape. As before, we were trying to get up to 500, trying to get back to 500. May was going to be the month that we were going to do it. We had a pretty good start. I did hop in and play opening day to kind of kick it off, but I simmed the rest, just hopping in here and there. But 18-18, we are already 500. Rubber match game against the Braves could be a sign that maybe our team is a little bit more well-rounded than the team before. Could be a lot of things. Could just be luck. Could be luck as well. But I think our team is pretty much on par. They have us rated slightly better this time around than the last. So they're kind of giving us the edge in that as well. I believe that has to do with getting Weimer and Conforto instead of just Conforto with the prospect in center field before. Regardless, we're going to be done talking about the past because we're in the present now. We are playing Atlanta, and we're looking to kickstart it, okay? Like I said, I played a little bit up to this point, won our first game against St. Louis in extra innings in tremendous fashion, and then hopping in again, still getting used to the new gameplay, and I'm struggling a little bit, especially with my pitching. Gotta clean it up. And still, the Loggers find themselves 500 to start the early year. So we're going to get in and play Atlanta now, check out our new team, and finally get back into some gameplay here. Let's go. All right, we got Hayden Birdsong on the mound. Get to pitch with him for the first time. Braves losing record at 16-20. Let's see if the Loggers got it in them to take this series. There you go, Loggers 8-3 in their last 11 games. So on a bit of a heater as of late. All right, they got Ronaldo Lopez on the mound for them. Kind of a slow start this season for him, just like the team. 4.42 ERA in his 7 games. See if we can get to him today. We got Brenton Doyle up first. Already 5 home runs. Don't have quite the same pulse on the team that I did the last time around, just because we only played the one game off camera. So we're just starting to learn the team. Just starting to figure out who's who. Obviously, we know Brenton Doyle has got some speed. Good defense. Actually was the player of the game in the opener. 2 triples in that contest to win it in extra innings.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2. Now to Doyle. All right, well, after the 1-2-3 by Lopez, we get to check out Hayden Birdsong, the youngster. See what he's got here. Quickly 0-2 to Harris. And we're going to go, our third pitch is going to be circle change first time through. Oh. Good pitch. All right, 2 outs now. Ronald Acuna at the plate. 1-1 now. Oh, get there. Good play to end the inning. Whew. Had to hold my breath on that one. Here we go, boys. Let's start that offense. All right, we yet again 2 outs. Top 3. Looking to crack this scoreboard. All zeros. see if Bo Naylor
That's off the inside
can get the first hit of the game here.
Ball 1.
See, now I'm anxious. Now I'm jumping at the ball. Got to wait back here. Come on, Bo. We got to change probably your arm guard. There we go. Bo Naylor gets us on the board in more ways than one. First hit of the game for both teams, and the first run is a solo jack by Bo Naylor, number 4 on the year. All right, after the Loggers leave 2 runners on, Birdsong in a bit of a jam here. Runner on second, 1 out. Oh, no. Fastball up, and he absolutely crushes it. Why did I go back up there? He saw that pitch first at bat. Dang it. All right, well, Birdsong answers back with a big-time strikeout. See if we can get it done here. Come on. Oh, no. Throw him out, throw him out, throw him out. No. The double puts Birdsong in a little bit more trouble here. Especially with a good hitter. Albies up. No, Doyle's going to be up to the challenge. But we got a new ball game, 2-1. We are down. All right, well, Loggers still can't seem to solve Lopez here. Just the home run. We got 1 out, top 5. Conforto at the plate. Ball out. Oh, come on, Blue. Don't start doing that. Come on now. Oh, man, he was late on that. Yes, sir. Gets down for another double. All right, well, Neto could not get it done. It's up to the home run hitter, Bo Naylor. Obviously, he saw something first at bat. He saw a fastball right down the middle. I mean, that ball felt good, too. Why are we not going on contact? Come on, man. Terrible base running. He's got to get there. He's got to tie this game up. 39 speed. He gets it done. 2-2 ball game. Bo Naylor playing like the player of the game so far. All right, well, after the 1 run on the top of the inning, Birdsong was cruising until he walked Harris. We got 2 outs. We can still get this thing done here. Oh, my God. Oh, no. I got to stop saying get it done. Shoot 4-2 on the curveball. There we go. He gets out of it, but not after the damage has been done. 4-2. Braves are relentless. All right, 2-2 to Riley. Bottom 6 after the Loggers go. 1-2-3 yet again. Bo Naylor really the only guy producing there. Oh, and a base hit to start the 6th. Gonna start to keep an eye on Hayden Birdsong. Even though his pitch count is not high, he's just not all there. All right, 1-2, go back to this changeup. Yes, sir. Hayden Birdsong just trying to get through 6 at this point. 65 pitches, not too bad, but been hit around a little bit here. Where do we go here? What do we do? Circle change. There we go. There we go. Great job. He might come out back out for the 7th now because of that double play. Way to go. All right, well, they took out Reynaldo Lopez. Bad choice. Joe Jimenez gets to face Vinny Pasquantino. Good take, good take. Let's start to have some better at-bats here late in the game. Scratch across to win this series. Yeah, there's one, baby. Vinny comes up clutch. We got a 1-run game. That was 104 off the bat. 435 feet. I believe that's like number 11. Number 10 on the year for Pasquatch. Now Marshall Campanella looks to go back to back. Come on. No, but that's a base hit. Whew, off his glove for an infield hit. So after the hit now, Michael Conforto looks to put his stamp on the game here. Come on, man. Yes, sir! Just like that, the Loggers break out. 2 home runs in the inning, 3 runs. It's a 5-4 ball game. All right, 3-1 now to Bo Naylor. Just missed a fastball down. Yeah, he does it again. Look at Bo. Whoa. 6-4 ball game. Let's go, boys. Bo Naylor with 2 home runs on the day. All right, well, the damage has been done. We're bringing out Birdsong just because of his pitch count. Once he gets into the yellow, you better believe we're going straight to that bullpen. There it is. We're going to get somebody up right now. All right, 0-1 now. Fastball in. They've been crushing that pitch. 12-6. Other pitcher been crushing. Get it down. Yes, sir. 9 Ks. Got him. Yes, sir. 10 on the day. Woo. Heavy focus that at bat. Jared Kalenic looking to strike out the side to end this outing here. We're going to start with this curveball here. Starting to pitch it a little bit better. Not there. For 11 strikeouts. 7 full. See if we can get him to chase. No, he crushes that ball. We are taking no chances. We're bringing in Hobie Miller because he was hot. He was hot in the pen. And tying run at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Just need the 1 out here. There we go. 1 pitch. Even better. There we go. All right. After the quick inning due to a double play, Jordan Romano goes out in the 8th. All matchups here. Righty, righty, righty. That's why we bring in Romano instead of leaving in the lefty. 2-seamer up. Come on, man. Come on. Slider even further out. Let's go.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Yes, sir. All right, now we're going fat 2-seamer up in the zone. Get out of this inning. Yes, sir. 2 Ks in the inning. Romano with a very good 8th. Sets us up for their closer. 1 out, top 9. Conforto down 0-2 now. One of the heroes of the game looking to strike again. But in a bad situation right now. I worked it back to 2-2. See what Helsley throws here. And did he go opposite field? That might be another double. That ball might be gone, sir. Come on. Conforto putting together a day. I couldn't hit with him before. Not the case now. All right, we're bringing in Urseg, who really won the closing role in spring training. We give it to him. We saved the first game with him in extra innings, and then 2 blown saves hopping into games. So we'll see what we do here. He's got electric stuff. All right, it's 0-2 now to Olsen. What do we pitch? Got him. Full count now to De La Cruz. 1 out. Top 9, 7-4 ball game. Fastball up. No. All right, coming back with a circle change. Really a battle here brewing. Yes, sir. 2nd K of the inning. Got him. Strikes out the side. Lucas Urseg slams the door shut. Gets the save. Colorado with the comeback victory. There we go, boys. Who's going to be player of the game? Who knows? My guess is it should be Naylor. Might be Conforto. We shall see. Oh, and they give it to Conforto. He goes 3 for 4, just like Bo Naylor. But his 2 home run game had, I guess, a little bit more of an impact than Bo Naylor's. Terrific from both of them. The 9-hole and the 7-hole are the guys that really brings that up. And then Birdsong's start, not to be overlooked, right? He did give up the 4 runs, but 10 strikeouts. And apart from those 2 home runs, really pitched very, very well. Very encouraging start for Birdsong. So a big comeback win for the Loggers to take the series. That's their 3rd straight series in a row. They're winners of 9 of their last 12. On a bit of a hot streak, we have a division opponent now in San Francisco. We're going to see what we can do, simulate through here. We've got home team down by 1, bases loaded. See if Romano can get out of this jam. We're hopping right back in. Whoops, almost did that wrong again. All right, here we go. 8-7, huge moment for Jordan Romano. See if we can. Good pitch. Get out of this here. Fastball up, dangerous. Yep, Conforto's going to be there. Get out of the jam. There we go. That's like, I think maybe the 2nd time I've succeeded. All right, we'll just simulate. We'll just do what we'll do. I think my thing is I'm going to do the one challenge and then let the game take its course. Get the win there. There we go. All right, moving right along. We got 3-game win streak here. Make it 4. Come on, boys. All right, another high importance here. Home team up by 1. 2 runners on base. Top 9, 2 out. Luis Garcia. See if we can get done with Luis. Hopping in again.
Luis Garcia.
All right, Garcia 0 for 1 on the day. Camilo Doval. Those 102. But we're still feeling pretty good from the last game, right? Our offense came up big late. Come on, man. Oh. 0-2 going to be tough. What does he throw 0-2? Shoot. Oh, get up the middle. Yes, sir. Come on. It works. Tie ball game. All right, now we got Hunter Goodman up. Garcia comes up. Now it's up to Goodman now. First swings with Goodman at the plate. Oh, Goodman's more of a lefty specialist, I feel, in this game. He's still 70 overall, not bad. But we got Bo Naylor, who hits jacks, obviously. Oh, just missed it. So we tie up the game, but we can't take the lead in the 9th. Now we're going to return to simulating, sim through the rest of the experience here. And get the win again. There we go. So the Loggers now on a bit of a heater. We've got these scouting assignments. I am going to hop in there because it was a different prospect pool for 2026. I've kind of sped through it, right, because I tried to get to this point as fast as possible. So we'll take a quick look. Now that we have the #1 overall pick, it makes things easier, but also a little bit more difficult. All right, so I've just kind of scouted throughout, but the reason why it's kind of tricky is obviously we have the choice of any player in the draft, but getting that player correct is the utmost important, because if you miss on him, it's a big deal. So I've kind of been spreading myself around. I would much rather take a position player with the #1 overall spot. Obviously, we see a starting pitcher here, but I'm just going to take it to where I've kind of got my eye as we've started to generally scout regions, and then soon we're going to hop in and scout these individual players. But what I'm looking at here is we've got a pretty good positional draft here, position player draft. I'm hoping I haven't scouted catchers yet, but I'm hoping some of these guys kind of shake out as we scout these regions. Like I said, haven't really gotten into a lot of it yet. Mainly saw some players at second base. We see a little bit of movement here. Rodney Weaver looked pretty good, not looking as good right now. We'll see how that pans out. The 13th, I'm looking for anybody, right? They might go 13-1. We saw Campanella make a huge jump to 4. He was probably the 3rd best player in the draft position-wise. But then that shortstop that we missed on was ranked like 30th. So it can range the entire board, and we just got to make sure we hop in here and look. This guy looks like a hitter first, which we might want in a second baseman. He's also massive. He's 6'5", 195. That's what kind of got me turned on to him, was his size. But then we move along, and there's a third baseman out there. We can make that work as well. As far as the position that I'm going for, obviously it's best available. Ideally, why I've kind of focused on second and third is McMahon is probably maybe the next guy out, McMahon or Doyle, right, as of this moment. As far as former Rockies, there's some other guys we could move, but those are probably the places that are going to open up. And then we kind of just picked up Garcia, and he's on arbitration next year. We have him for only an additional year. If we can't afford him, second base would be a place to go. So second, third, short. A right fielder might not be bad either. So I'd say really the only places that we're kind of turned off by is probably left field, catcher, and first base at this moment. Moving right along, though. We're going along. Shortstop also kind of looks pretty good, right? These guys are kind of middle of the road, but then we see, our left fielder, this is new. Our left fielder went down to 10. I was going to say we got a couple corner outfielders. Thankfully, computer did his job there because that would have driven me nuts if another left fielder was in the mix. But I wanted to show you the right fielder. He's moved up to third. Rafael Rivero might be a very good spot here. Only thing that is a little bit different than some of the other guys, he's 5'7", 155, more of a speedster, maybe. That's what I'm kind of worried about. I don't want a speed defensive guy at the top of the draft. So I'm mainly, at this point, after we get through our general scouting, am going to focus probably on some third base guys, some second base guys, and then make sure we know for certain that Rafael Rivero is not the guy. Obviously, things are going to shake out a lot more. This is only like the 6th week, so we've got some time. We will revisit, but right now, just know it's the general phase. We're still discovering, haven't discovered much, right? We haven't found kind of that same pit that we found in the pitching in the Central. Haven't found that really anywhere. We'll see if that comes to light, but right now it looks like a deep draft for position players. So we want to make sure we get the right guy and then try to discover some guys, maybe get some late round pitchers yet again in this draft. We'll just have to see. All right, back to it now. And as far as kind of the rest of the episode here, I do want to get this episode out to you guys. I realize that it's late. I'm sorry. Catastrophic what happened. I mean, absolutely. It was set me back several days, so I apologize again for this coming out late. I'm going to try and get this one out, get back on track. So we're going to simulate one more week to this next Sunday. I want to play San Francisco at home here, and we'll kick that off next episode. So let's see if we can continue our hot streak here, hopping into games and getting it done. Looking for a sweep and 6 straight on this Sunday. Blake Adams sustained an injury, shoulder tightness. Keep active. Yes, we get the sweep. The Loggers continue to stay hot. Now the Angels, we finally lose. Here we go, continuing on. Oh, no. All right, so we salvage a win against the Angels. Now on to Houston. Loss. 2 losses. Oh, boy. Back to scouting. Probably not going to hop in. We just talked about it. I'll make minor adjustments, and we'll see you right back here. All right, we finish up the Houston series, and it has been a nightmare of a homestand. Whatever happens, this game is kind of going to determine which game we play next. We get swept. We're going to kick off this next episode against San Francisco at home. We're going to try and get that series off to a good start. We are 1-5 in our homestand. We're going to take a look at the Rockies getting back to close to 500, see where they stand, and see if they got a realistic shot at the West this year. I think they do. I put the team together. Obviously I do, but we're going to see how good the other competition is so far early in this year. And as we approach the end of May, a 24-23 record has us in 4th place in the West. Good news is that's only 3.5 back. It's very early in the season. We cannot afford to fall any more back because we have a very competitive division. We know that from the surface, but just to kind of spell it out here, how good the teams are. The Loggers are 21st. I believe that's maybe 4 or 5 better than we saw earlier. So 21st, not bad. We accomplished our goal of getting our power up to 11th. We have decent speed and defense, and now just the pitching and the contact need to come along, and I think they will. As far as the competition, though, they have us ranked as the 4th best team in the division as well. The Giants come in just behind us at 24th. And then the teams ahead of us, of course, the Padres, who have kind of lost some of their luster, didn't have a very good season last year. Still, though, with a 17th ranked team in the game. And then the 2 big dogs, the Dodgers, of course, 1st overall in the power rankings. We know that probably won't go away for a while, but in the offseason, we saw the Diamondbacks very active in free agency. They come in with the 10th best ranking in the game and 1st place in the division early on in this season. So it's going to be a wild race. We know the Loggers have got to play their best baseball coming off a terrible season. We look for an incredible turnaround, and we have a lot more baseball to be played. Again, I apologize about everything that happened with the save data. I think we did the right thing by getting back to this point. We've got a slightly different team. Some parts I like, some parts I don't. But overall, we're here now and we're ready to go. The series will get back on track, and you will see a lot more episodes coming out in the future. Thanks for bearing with me during this crazy episode. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Do me a favor, hit that like button for me and subscribe. Support the channel. And guys, I'll catch you next time on The Franchise with the Colorado Loggers.